Hello, live Facebook people. This is Candace Shalou. I am the pastor, spiritual director at Jubilee Circle here in Columbia, South Carolina. And yesterday I did a thing. Well, we did Jubilee, and we've been live streaming Jubilee since the pandemic began last March. And one of the things that, well, it happens all the time. And the reason I'm doing this video is that I did this whole different thing in our asking for money portion of the celebration yesterday. And I did it just a little bit differently. And so I wanted this to be, something spontaneous and in the moment. But as anybody who is doing live streaming these days understands, technical glitches are a thing. And so as we got to this portion of the celebration yesterday, the sound went all wonky. And those folks who were actually in the room, we are open and having people come in and mask up and socially distant, but still come in and celebrate with us in person. And those who were in the room heard everything perfectly. But those who were watching us via live stream, either on Facebook or YouTube, it was this. That's really what it kind of sounded like. You could kind of make out if you listened really closely, but who's going to listen closely? So um, it seemed to me, I really sort of screwed up my courage to actually say what I said yesterday, because it is a different take on how to support a spiritual community. And after I had screwed up my courage to do this, to step out and be vulnerable and say these things, then the sound messes up. And I'm like, universe, what's up with that? I finally screw up my courage to get this done, and I'm garbled. The message just doesn't come through. And I was writing in my journal this morning, trying to sort everything out. And I realized if everything had gone without a hitch yesterday, I would have just stopped there. I would not have really said this out loud really again. So I want to say this again, and universe has sort of put me in this position to where I have to say this again, because even if you go back and watch the YouTube video or the Facebook video, you're not going to understand what I was trying to say. And so I want to say this again, and hopefully in a way that everyone thought was as powerful yesterday. And so I have a few notes that I might refer to, but again, I really want this to come from the heart, as I tried to make it come from the heart yesterday. See, yes, Julie, I get to practice saying this over again. And again. So universe, I think universe did me a favor with a little technical glitch. So I don't like to ask for money. I am one of those people. I have never been a good salesperson. I have never been the kind of person who can go, here's the vision and here's why you should support it. And it's always sort of concerned me that I'm not the best at making the pitch for why anyone should support Jubilee Circle. So I'm not the best at that. And I always felt a sense of shame whenever I picked up the basket and asked people for money. And that shame was around what society says churches are supposed to be doing. Churches, we are charitable organizations, right? And so the expectation is that churches are going to have some sort of programs. We're going to have these programs where you can go volunteer and volunteer at the food bank and do this or do that. And Jubilee Circle doesn't have that. We've been around. This is our 11th year, and we have never had like a concerted community effort where we all come together and like pack lunches or kits for the homeless or anything like that. And there are lots of churches out doing that, and God bless them, because that is their mission. And I always felt ashamed to hold the basket and say, send your money and support us. And I can't name things that you're supporting. I can't name these programs that your money is going to support. And so I felt ashamed about that. And I've been doing a lot of work. I've been doing a lot of personal work on my own expansion, on my own ways of seeing myself differently in the world and seeing the world differently. And I realized that Jubilee Circle's mission is different. If anybody has ever watched our live streams, if you have ever been to one of our celebrations in person, we're different. We are not like any church out there. We're not like any other spiritual community. We are a bunch of misfits. Some people don't like that, but I see us as sort of spiritual misfits. We're motley mystics, as I'm doing on my own these days, talking about we're all this motley conglomeration of spirituality, and we just think that there's a better way. There's a better way to be in the world. There's a better way to transform ourselves and enlarge ourselves. And just this past week or so, it really has dawned on me, this is what Jubilee is about. We're not like these other organizations out there, so why should we be holding ourselves to that standard? And I've tried over the last 11 years or so to try to get us out of the building. I mean, we volunteered a couple of times at the food bank and it just never took. And now I'm realizing it's because of the people that we attract. I mean, you cannot swing a DSM-5 in Jubilee without hitting a social worker. You can't swing a hammer without hitting somebody who has the skills to repair your house or help you do some renovations. You can't swing a lesson plan without hitting a teacher, because we attract helpers. We attract the people who, while they're not in Jubilee, every other day of the week, they are out doing what other churches are doing. They're just doing it on their own. They're out helping people. They're out repairing things. They're feeding the hungry. They're helping the homeless. They're doing everything that a church is supposed to be doing. They just go and do it out on their own. And this is really big. This is a big realization for me, because we are a community of people who are in the helping profession. This is what these people do every day, and they don't need to come to church on Sunday, to be reminded that they need to, volunteer and do all this stuff. That's what they do. That's what they do. So they come to Jubilee to recharge. They come to Jubilee to get fed. This is where they get their energy to go and do what it is they know they are called to do. These are people who know that they are the light of the world. These are people who want the tools and the ability to transform themselves, because they know that the more transformed people there are out in the world, then the more they can transform the world, the more transformed the world becomes. And so Jubilee Circle, this is how I'm seeing it these days. Jubilee Circle, this is a spiritual dojo. This is the place where people come. They learn the inner moves. They learn the tools that they need to become the light of the world, to remember who they are, to remember that they are the light of the world, and that their function in this world is to go out and be that light every single day in every way that they do things. And so this is what happens if this is something that resonates with you. If this is something that you go, wow, we need more spiritual dojos in the world, where people are going and they're going within and they are enlarging themselves, and in the enlargement of their true divine self, not your ego, but in the enlargement of your true divine self, you suddenly become a transformed person who goes out into the world and adds to the transformation. That's what Jubilee Circle is all about. That is what we are doing in this world. And if that is something that resonates with you, yes, we want your support. We want you to come and be part of us, to transform yourself, to enlarge yourself. Because the more transformed people we have, the more transformation there will be in the world. So there you go. This is what we're talking about. And so, yes, you can support us. We love to have people give us money. We do have ways that you can do that. JubileeCircle.com. There's a donate button there. We have a Venmo at Jubilee Circle. You can find us on Venmo. It's very, very easy. But support is about more than just money. And again, I'm not good at asking for it. If you want to give it, that's a beautiful thing. But that's not what I'm here for. I'm here to tell you what Jubilee Circle is all about, and how this has transformed my life, and how we are in the business of transforming people. And this is about making an investment in yourself. This is about making an investment in your own spiritual growth. Jubilee Circle gives you the tools. We give you the knowledge and the motivation to transform yourself so you can become that agent of transformation in the world. And if that is important to you, if you feel like we're feeding your spirit every week, and if we're helping you to remember that you're the light of the world, yes, please support us. We would love to have your support. And I understand a lot of people don't have a lot of money, and that's fine too, because you can support us in other ways. You can volunteer your time and your talents. We need some help with audio, visual, social media stuff. We have ways. We have ways to put your talents to work as we transform ourselves and then go out and transform the world. And I am no longer ashamed. I am not ashamed of the mission of Jubilee Circle. We don't look like the other spiritual communities out there. We don't feel like the other spiritual communities out there. And we don't do programs like the other spiritual communities out there. And that's okay, because it takes all of us. It takes those churches that are doing that. It takes the organizations like us who are more focused on your personal spiritual growth and transformation. It takes all of us to make this world the best world that it can be, to fill it with transformed and loving people who understand that they are the light of the world. And I hope that you will want to be a part of it. You can be a part of it here online. We will keep doing our live streams as we go forward through the end of the pandemic, coming up very shortly, I hope. And so you can always be here online with us. You can come to our building, 6729 Two Notch Road in Columbia, South Carolina. We would love to have you visit with us and come and see what Jubilee Circle is all about, because we are here. We are here as a spiritual dojo. We are here to offer you the tools that you need to transform yourself, to expand yourself, to understand that you are the light of the world. You are the unlimited vastness of the holy, and we can help you connect. And we can help you find a community where you can grow and you can be transformed and you can transform the world. And so please, I hope that you will join us. JubileeCircle.com is where we are online. And however you might choose to support us, even if it's just in your thoughts and prayers, that will certainly be enough, because universe knows exactly what we all need. Thank you for your time. Thank you for listening to me. And as we say at Jubilee Circle, I hope you have an amazing day. And then you can have, well, we always say that too. But well, we always say when we're ending things and when things are great, we don't say amen. We say, oh yeah. So hope you have a wonderful day, and the type of day that leaves you at the end of the day looking back going, oh yeah.